UNSC Report to Office of Naval Intelligence, 2291. Colonial Affairs is increasing pressure for the establishment of new colonies. And I am inclined to agree. My previous reports have highlighted the issue with expanding URF influence in the galaxy. 2 sites have currently been probed for colonization. One is largely made of water. The second is far more interesting. For I propose colonization of the recently discovered Greno homeworld. Our science teams are studying the remains of the bowel specimen discovered in the wreckage of their station. We believe that it can be used to fully restore a world to a state better even than Earth, and this can be done for any world. Scientists speculate it may even revive the bowel as a species, for which they will no doubt be grateful to the UNSC. This world shall be called Arcadia, an example of the UNSC's prosperity. We should, however, keep a closer watch on our neighbours. The Created are on the move, and your agents have made me aware that the Gaia homeworld has fallen to their extermination efforts. We need stronger fleets if we are to survive. And perhaps send me the dossiers on your Orion soldiers. Perhaps a new generation could be just what humanity needs. End report. Hi guys, Tom from Project T here, and welcome back to Stellaris Responsibilities Mantle. Last time was a very eventful escapade. We found the last barrel, finishing that quest line, and the last barrel has given us, well, its own body as a seed, so Arcadia, which is currently a 2 world, will be colonized into a Gaia world. Definitely looking forward to doing that. Aside from that, and our colonization efforts ongoing, the Created have been expanding their borders rather violently. Over here, they've absolutely kicked the crap out of the Gaia. They have a 4K fleet down here. By the looks of it, yep, there it is. Their big fleet, 3 cruisers in there as well, which we don't have yet, so the Created are definitely increasing in their threat level. They got, well, their fleet power is inferior to ours, supposedly. I'm guessing that's the bulk of their fleet right there. They're saying that they've probably got another group. Oh no, that was a Mantle Responsibility fleet, not a, sorry, that's Mantle Responsibility, not Created. So that's a Forerunner fleet. The Created have their ships down here. 2.3. With destroyers, but no cruisers. So the Foreigners, compared to us, are equivalent. But they're still currently friendly, so not too much to worry about there for now. And the Megakilo colonies continues to absolutely dominate pretty much everything. Though, what's this? Sankey, the Independent Confederation, they've had a rebellion. Ada Chava. The Sanghili seem to have got a slight second window here, but that might not last long. Well, we'll have to wait and see. So let's start these next 10 years. It's 2291. Now when this episode ends, we'll be in the mid-game start point. So that's going to be worrying.
Ship upgrades apply.
We've got an event, nanobot mining. Despite encountering initial difficulties when landing on the surface, the scientific expedition team led by Mark Gangan managed to enter the station safely. Following their suit repairs, the team began to make the arduous journey into the depths of the facility, towards where the unstable energy signals were originating from. What they found was quite extraordinary. The irregular energy signals were produced by swarms of nanobots which, despite their age and lack of maintenance, seemed to have forgotten their purpose. The team watching all as nanobots, for lack of a better term, devoured seemingly useless rocks and stones, digesting the contents and excreting the useless materials into disposable boxes and regurgitating the valuable minerals into a retrieval collection, which doesn't seem to have been empty for some time. repair the nanobots and get some more minerals over there then, I guess. Looking like the Galactic Council's going to be formed. We have more supporters than we have opponents. And a lot of abstaining. But overall, we are doing just fine. Earth needs some more housing and jobs.
Construction completed.
Can't currently give it any. That should change once I have alloy mega forges, because I do need some more alloys coming in. Plus that'll give the extra jobs, so that'll help out there. You get some more science stations on the go. Our expansion is proceeding swiftly enough. And alien specimen procurements. They want us to procure several live alien specimens. Okay, it's something we can.
Has been updated.
It's something we can do if we have a 3 moments. Where is that? If I just track all on the map. I mean, there are certainly a lot around, aren't there? But yeah, that's something I can just get around to at some point, I guess. And we have a pig site? No, a dig site. We don't have any pigs. In the clouds, closer to the core of the station, Nadjestia Yazova has found several rooms seemingly dedicated to cloning. It seems to have been the site of a major battle, as most of the equipment is smashed and shot to pieces. Cloning vats still contain half-formed bodies, and sampling machines are badly damaged, as if someone kept smashing them to reach whoever was inside. Keep digging.
Research concluded.
And I've got genome mapping, which gives me what? Pop growth speed. Getting tech out of this, alright. And here we are. A new world has been colonized. Arcadia is ours. Let's have a look at it. Alright, decisions. New Baul life seeding. Turns the planet into a Gaia world by deploying gene-tailored plant life injected with the unique Baul ability of organic terraforming. Our geneticists have extracted the secret of Baul organism's ability to terraform a planet by deploying rapidly producing plant life modified with specifically selected Baul genetic data to the planet. We can terraform entire biospheres at a fraction of a cost. And just like that, it didn't even have a timer, it was just done. Baul life seeding on Arcadia complete. Our environmental specialists are pleased to report that the terraforming process in Arcadia has been completed. The planet has been successfully transformed into a Gaia world, owing to our deployment of laboratory-created plant hybrids containing carefully selected segments of Baul genetic code. Once again, as a result of the process itself not quite fully understood by geneticists, a number of new Baul populations have appeared planet-side, emerging when terraformed new regions. So we've also, on top of that, we've also revived the Baul. Incredible. So yeah, we now have several new pops on this planet as well. Sweet. What shall our first building be? That's the question. Because right now we need to get on with that. We still need Alloy Foundry, so get an Alloy Foundry going. Get a city going. Get a generator district going. Let's start off with the city. And to top that all off, communications. I'm just seeing if the Envoy have found any sign. Oh, there's a Gaia world down there. Interesting. There's another tomb world down there. I'm wondering if that Gaia world is there, there's a possibility that maybe a fallen empire here is somewhere and it's a spiritualist. I suppose we'll have to wait and see. And we've now got ourselves another archaeological dig site, and it's completed the archaeological site. Until now, we believed the station was abandoned. We were mistaken. In the innermost part of the station, our scientist has discovered a sealed-off section shielded from the outside. Inside, he had discovered a living alien that also shares its appearance with the portraits in the station. Judged by the lack of disfiguring genetic traits, he is likely the original template of the clones whose corpses litter the station. He wishes to speak with us on screen. Ah, so you're what all this trouble's been about, huh? Ah, someone has come to free me from my confinement. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am Vogo the Great, also known as the Magnificent, the Wise, the Anointed, the Reviled, the Shunned, the Betrayed, and the Exiled. I was once the ruler of a great and bountiful Vulcan nation. Do you recognize the name? Those... Thought so. That says those so. I think I was going to say thought so. Typo. Thought so. Serves them right. Now that I am finally free, please allow me to offer my services. I am the best administrator you'll ever see. What's your story? Oh, this is a thrilling tale full of intrigue, treachery, and betrayal. I wrote a book about it a few decades ago, but I think I accidentally processed it through one of the food machines. Don't worry, I'll write another one. For now, I'll give you the abridged story. The Vulcan nation I hail from was once a powerful empire on the galactic stage, and I was its leader. I wasn't the only one, but I was gifted with talents others were not. I could see things hidden from the rest. People would look up to me and always consult me on important matters, recognizing my endless wisdom. Times were good for a while, but being blessed with foresight and power can be a terrible curse, so he's a psionic, maybe? While the rest of the Vulcans lived their lives in happy ignorance, I would anticipate a terrible calamity. I saw the writing on the wall, and it was mostly obscene doodles. I came before the Great Senate saying that they had a choice, give me absolute power or perish. They said that I have a choice, exile or death. They made their choice and I made mine. From the looks of it, I was right and they were wrong. What happened to the station? This was my private station, my safe haven. After arriving in my exile, I was fresh out of friends, allies and companions, and I had no choice but to create my own. Who else would qualify for a position if not someone who'd share my boundless intelligence? So I procured a few cloning machines and started the work. The process was more flawed than I anticipated, however, as my clones were not blessed with the same level of patience and compassion as I. Many turned against me as I sought refuge in my innermost sanctum. They turned on one another and tried to clone themselves into an army. Soon the first generation of clone was dead, but each left behind their own clones. Generation after generation they grew more numerous and less sane, until life support could no longer put up with them. I was trapped by my own personal equipment while they suffocated. It was fun for a while, but I'm glad they all died. Alright, so this guy seems a bit of an egotist and maybe a megalomaniac, but I'm very curious on how this is going to turn out. So sure, we'll employ him, but the Office of Naval Intelligence is going to keep a very close eye on this guy. Probably with bomb collars knowing them. Oh, and the Galactic Council has been successfully created. Council election will be held in 177 days. Current top candidates are the Megalo Colonies, Yanmi Hive. The council will be the Empire's with the highest diplomatic weight at the time of the election. I see. So, hold on. Galactic Community, my diplomatic weight is still only 907. The highest is 1.33. Like, is it just those three that's going to be in the election, or what? So those are currently the top candidates. I suppose when the election comes, I could try and pull some favours in. We'll see how it goes. And it looks like we've also found another abandoned gateway. We've encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near the Lusage black hole that appears to have been built entirely by macroscopic nanites of unknown origin. Unlike the previous structure, the gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination in an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy has been designated as the L cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked up in some kind of maintenance loop, so this is an L cluster gateway. Over here. Blimey, and this is a hell of a system for being in. It's storming. Intriguing.
The situation log has been updated.
That's interesting. It's in the middle of a nebula. Looks like the Envoy will grab that one. Alright, here we go. It seems not a vote so much as just chosen the three right off the bat. So, the members of the Galactic Community have voted to establish a Galactic Council. Membership of this august body will be limited to representatives from the three most powerful and influential empires in the community. Until a new council is elected, these are the Ongoy Assembly, the Megeklo Colonies, and the Enemy Hive. The members of the council are expected to lead and safeguard the galactic community. Their increased power allows them to cut through some of the red tape that often inhibits the decision-making process of large political institutes. Hopefully they are up to the task. And we have alloy mega foundries, that's what we wanted. Serena alloys, that also increased the output. Oh, but cruisers. How much will that take? That will be 118 months. Let's do that one first, and then cruisers afterwards if it's still there. Let's see if it can review this council. No, we cannot. At least not here. Galactic modifiers, so we can see all the modifiers there, I see. We can also leave the galactic community apparently. And assign an envoy to increase diplomatic weight. So it's the Ungoy for one. Where is this shown anywhere? I'm not certain what that actually gives them ultimately. But that is the Galactic Council for the time being. I'll have to deal with it. You're kidding me. I can actually turn more... What? I can actually reactivate the last Baul and make more Gaia worlds? I can make infinite Gaia worlds. I can make infinite fucking Gaia worlds. Holy shit. That's really powerful. Huh. Holy crap. I could just make infinite Gaia worlds. Which means all these uninhabitable planets all around me, or nearly uninhabitable planets, all red, that all red, yellow, whatever, that I supposedly can't really inhabit very well and not ideal, I could just colonize them and make them ideal. Holy crap. Okay, I suppose I'm off to colonize another planet then. I'm gonna have loads of Gaia worlds by the end of this playthrough. Holy shit, that's good. And here we go. We have our next colony of Tribute. Another inner colony that we are now building a ship for, and it's going to go straight there, colonize this seemingly completely uninhabitable planet right here. There's a desert world, and it's going to turn into a Gaia world.
System survey concluded.
I feel like this is actually slightly overpowered, but I'm okay with this. What's this? Artifact cache. As human colonists spread out across the world of Skylar, expeditioners travel out into the frontiers looking for suitable sites for new cities and production centers. Orbital scans only show so much after all. One such expedition has stumbled across something far more notable than expected, however. A vast cache of ancient books in some alien tongue has been found, along with artifacts of many different varieties. From the paintings, statues, and even mummified aliens found in the cache, it appears as though an alien civilization existed on Skylar some indeterminate time ago. A special project has been...
Situation log has been
created.
updated.
Where is this situation log? And a comic cited. Okay. 90 days. Sure, do that. We'll see what's in it. And they've been translated. Tales of Yore. Our translation team was surprised to find just how much information was found within the text on Skylar. The long-defunct civilization, though it never left the late Iron Age, appears to have a storied history, with the cache's contents including artifacts, even some heroes mentioned from within these sagas. These sagas tell tales that took place over thousands of years, and according to radiometric dating, occurred hundreds of thousands of years ago. Before the sun and mysterious disappearance of the civilization, tales of great warriors, brilliant philosophers, and great glittering cities are all found within their leather bindings. Furthermore, expeditions to where the sagas say the great cities were located has revealed ruins that are almost perfectly described by the maps. Already the colonists have begun to take more pride in their world, and the media is caught up in a frenzy of adapting the sagas into movies, books, virtual reality experiences, and even video games. As for the planet itself, things are looking up. So, army build speed, all migration, lots more of Research. Let's praise their wisdom. Let's do that. Ah, one of our science officers has finally scanned that relic world we spotted earlier. Planet-wide machinery. There is decaying machinery covering Noiland 3, originally constructed a staggering 70,000 years ago. The fate of the alien engineers who built it is unclear, as they no longer inhabit the planet. Their machinery span the majority of the surface of the planet, crisscrossing mountains and oceans alike, and even extends far below the planet's surface in vast networks of underground facilities. It has been constructed using identical materials and serial codes, suggesting a single institution created the entire network. From the long overgrown agricultural sectors to the collapsed energy generation and transformation systems and extensive communication arrays, all of the industrial and entertainment needs of this planet's lost inhabitants were met by this one super machine. Remarkably, some of these mechanical sectors are still functional, sending and receiving local signals, lighting up long rotted ghost towns and watering great swaths of what would once been agricultural land. Deep scans of the planet's crust suggest that the sprawling machine's control center is located underground. We'll have to excavate it if we wish to reach it. As for the strange organic tissue covering most of the planet's spanning machinery, our scientist team thus remains baffled by its nature and purpose. And that gives us an archaeological dig site. Well, we'll slowly build out to that, and one day we'll rebuild this little relic world. And what's this? Natural wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon at the edge of the Stellaris Maelstrom system. Our rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed here, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide conduit to subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in the galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to another in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. It could somehow be stabilized. And I've encountered something. Investigates that. It's a unidentified empire. It looks like it's another curator station or something. Probably is curators. And indeed they are curators. Greetings, Star Travelers, we are the Curators. Our ancient order was established eons ago by the various galactic powers in ascendancy at the time. We're dedicated towards preserving all of knowledge in an effort to safeguard the galaxy from descending into another dark age of mass extinctions and barbarism. We failed. Few of us remain today, but we are no less committed to our sacred mission as our predecessors were. We are willing to share some of our knowledge with you for a price. Alright, let's have a look-see over here and see what you have, yes? So, Stellaris Maelstrom, you. Tell us about the mysteries of the universe. The Infinity Machine is out here somewhere. Ah yes, the chromatic being from long ago. We have studied it for as long as our order has existed, as have several civilizations before us. This machine is beyond ancient. For all we know, it has always been. And yet, all it does is orbit that black hole. It's fascinating to us, but we understand it if it is too much for you to grasp. Was it really? The Infinity Machine, as you so bluntly call it, is impervious to extraction. No information comes out of it. No hacker or engineer in the entire galaxy has been able to see through its shiny exterior to gain a glimpse of knowledge it so obviously withholds from us. We are at a loss. We neither know what it is or what it's for, nor what it aims to do once it's done. So don't fight it. What else do you have to offer? What do you know about the L gates? For 5,000 we can get an L gate insight. Please do. Give us an L gate insight. Can you aid us in our research? Of course, we're prepared to offer you limited access to extensive data banks, research lab. Alright, do that. There we go, and we've also encountered something else now. Row aliens. The mining's it's not anything too much to worry about, it's just a mining guild. Noted. Oh, and look at that, we have seemingly regained control of the Federation fleet. Hallelujah! And we have one that's over here, is just patrolling, it seems. Oh, it's a destroyer. We now have control of. Awesome. So that's just patrolling this space. Over here we have this fleet, which is a mix of UNSC and Cubby Tech. Awesome, but you can go over there and research that place. Thank you. And we now have another tradition available. Awesome. A starbase damage increase, defense platform or fleet command limit increase, admiral cap increase. Let's get the command limit up, shall we? And next up in 139 months will be that, plus the finishing effect, which will be the war doctrines policy. Not sure what that does, but we'll see. And there we go, we have tribute colonized, so let's head up into here. Relics, activation cost 150, done. Tribute, decisions, renewable life seeding, and it's a Gaia world. There we go, Bower life seeding on tribute completed. And a number of new Bower have also turned up. Awesome. So yeah, that's now a Gaia world. Let's let that alter. It's got liquid sands apparently as well. Whatever that means. Alright, what shall we do for this little planet? Let's start off with... I'm good for consumer goods. Civilian, so I don't need civilian industries. Partial zones can go out for now. On tribute, let's start out with another alloy foundry. Yes, and one of those. And another one of those. Start off with the city district, just like before. There we go. And that brings us to 2301. We're in the mid-game, and we still have absolutely no idea where that Marauder faction is, so... The Great Khan could come from anywhere. Well, not from anywhere, I know a generalization of where he could be. Empty space there, empty space around here, and round here. So somewhere around those locations, which I need to continue to explore some more. So that's the Ungoi over here. How are the Ungoi doing? Have they got any... I don't know. So still have no idea where these empires are going to show up. But hopefully I should be ready whenever the Marauders do come a call. Then so I've got control over Battle Group Tango once more, and in terms of the Federation, we are now officially in the positive. We are the President once more. We are continuing to rise. Our XP is going up. So once we hit level 2, maybe the banner should become slightly more open to say getting the Ungoi in, because if they become open for letting the Ungoi in, I can get the Ungoi into the Federation via just favors. And see if we can't, you know, start to do some of these extra options that we don't have unlocked quite yet. Facilitating that, we now have 2 Gaia worlds in our reach. We have Arcadia down here, feeding previously the Grunner homeworld, and we have Tribute joining the inner colonies. We will build those up, and now that we're starting to actually gain planets, and we have the possibility of gaining all of these worlds now, like once the cooldown happens, we just select a world, we go to it, turn it into a Gaia world. We basically have unlimited possibilities on where we can colonize and populate, and every single one will be a Gaia world, which will be ridiculously good and permanently colonizable. So that is very good for us. Our technology is increasing as well. 3 months until we get more alloys coming out, which is always good. 60 mustil regenerative hull tissue, which I'll add to my ships. 79 to antimatter reactors. And then we'll start seeing about getting cruisers. We could use some marathon class ships with which to top up the home fleet, which is now 5.4k. And now that can be increased even further, though I only have 7 naval capacity slots left, so I think the next thing I really want to do before increasing my fleet further is start upgrading some of these anchor stations with more anchorages to give us a bit more wiggle room and continue going after the home fleet. Because if I can at least add a few more destroyers, and then some cruisers when they come around, get that to around 10k, which I'm already halfway to. Particularly if I can continue upgrading its weapon systems to better point defense, archer missile pods, and everything else. That would be fine. And very soon we're going to have level 4 antimatter reactors, which certainly a contrast having level 4 reactors when I've got everything else is practically level 2. It gives us lots of power generation, which is good. And once I'm happy with the home fleet, Battle Group Sierra also needs a good upgrade. And there's also a war currently going on down here between the Created and the Megekolo colonies, which the Megekolo are supposedly winning in terms of war exhaustion, but neither side has taken any territory, so I think their fleets have just been clashing, and the Megekolo have been winning, but they haven't made any progress. So we'll keep an eye on that down there as well. But then again, the Megekolo are in a federation with the Mantle responsibility, aren't they? So maybe a couple of these systems have recently been taken. I'm not entirely sure. At least not without being able to see it fully. But either way, Soel remains intact. And probably will be for the time being. Well, we'll fix that in the future. We haven't had a proper war yet, though, considering we are in the mid-game, that may very well change very soon. Oh. Never mind, there's the Fallen Empire. Right as I was about to do the outro, I just spotted the Fallen Empire right bloody there. And it's the Spiritualist Fallen Empire. Oh boy. Oh vey. And they're right by the Banished as well. Well, that's one of the mysteries of the universe solved, I guess. Just need to figure out the other one. But that is for the future, so I'll see all of you guys next time. Ta-ra!